Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and I was about to stitch the signature in this journal. About have it ready for, I think it's Nicoline, that's her name. And I got to looking, and I only have room basically for one signature. But you can see I have the stiff spine, so I want to put this signature a little bit closer to the front. And then I'm going to make a little ephemera packet for the back. So I'll stitch that one in closer up to the front, and we'll do that in a little bit. And then back here on the back, I'm going to make a little closed up envelope that has a flap that flips open where you can keep embellishments and things. So we're going to make this today. Now I've just got one of those large envelopes. It's been cut down just a little bit, but that's okay. You can use any size that you have. Now I got to decide what I'm going to do. I only need that flap on the back, so I'm going to cut this flap off. And this is making it up as I go along. Okay. And then that'll be the flap that closes it. Now we won't be able to close this side and the bottom until we stitch it in our signature, so that is going to be fine. Now I'm going to fold that up like that, and let's see. I don't know. I don't want to cut it that way. I'm going to trim this down a little bit more though. I need it a little bit lower so that when that flap opens you'll have room to get something in there. And I have no idea if I cut it straight or not, but we'll straighten it up in a minute. It's got to be covered with paper. Anyways, well, no, I didn't cut it straight. Look at that crooked mess. Crooked as a dog's hind leg. Okay, that's better. Not perfect, but it's better. And then for my flap, I'm just going to make it into an envelope flap. We're going to put those seams together there. And then we're just going to round off the top corner like this. Okay, we got that. That looks good. We're also going to put a closure on it and all of that good stuff. So now let's see if that's open. I think I'll have room to get my big hand down in there, or anybody's hand down in there. So let's go ahead and find some paper that we want to use to cover this. Now this is that blue journal, and we use some papers out of this. Oh, we could put that big butterfly on there, probably. It really would be a little bit big, but I think we might put that on there. I'm going to try to use these scraps, and I don't think I have another piece that's going to be big enough. Well, this one might. Let's get this one. Yeah, that one will be big enough. Let's just use that. I like that. And when my flap comes over, no, it won't close. It won't cover up all of that. Now, I'm going to wrap this around, so I'm probably not even going to cut off any of my paper. Let's think. This top piece was torn, so I'm just going to straighten it up a little bit. Okay. So we're going to put glue on there and put that down just like that. I've not made one like this before. You know, we've made some little envelope pockets to go in the back of journals before to hold your ephemera, but I've never made one like this. But I was trying to figure out something different and some way to put some extra room in there for, you know, in case you wanted to carry it somewhere, you would have places to put your ephemera. And so I saw a big envelope on my desk, and saw some paper on my desk, and it just all kind of fell together. Let's try that again. Okay. That looks like it might work right there. Now I'm going to see if I can just wrap that. Well, I can't wrap it yet though. I've got to keep it open. So I'm going to have to cover that. Okay, let's just do this. Let's trim this off a little bit or tear it off. And then that can fold over. That can possibly fold up. That can fold in. Okay. Okay, I think I might have it in my mind how to do it. We'll see in a little bit. Oh me, nothing like trial and error. Mostly error on my part. Alright, I'm just going to cut that little V out and see if that works. So I'm just going to bring those up like that to the inside. This will be the inside, and I'm not going to cover it because there's no need of it. When you close up your envelope, you're not going to need that covered. So it's going to look kind of crazy until I get it stitched in. But we'll try to get to that just as soon as I finish this. Pull this up. So how are you guys? I didn't do a video yesterday because I'm here this week by myself because all of the kiddos are at the quartet convention, and I worked on orders all day. I finally got all of your orders out, I do believe, for the ones that you ordered this week and over the weekend. Took those to the post office. So I worked on that yesterday, and I just didn't have time to get a video up too, so I figured you guys would rather have your order as to watch me on video anyway. But now that I've got all of those out, I can kind of sort of start back into making some videos, and I've got to get some journals finished. I've got like 6 laying here behind me that's half done, half baked. Okay, that's not working out like I want it to. Come on now. I'll have to pull that back up. I'm just going to pull that up and trim it off probably. It's trying to give me a wrinkle. Well, you don't do that too easy with art glitter glue, that's for sure. There we go. Now we finally got it in there. So anyway, I will try to get some videos done today and this weekend. I don't have many more orders to pull tomorrow. I think maybe there's just what will come in now and overnight. So, which if I do have a lot, that will be wonderful. That'll be a blessing to me, and if I don't, that'd be fine too. It'll all work out in the end. Okay, now I'm going to cover this with something, and I'm not going to worry about trying to save my window open, anything like that. Don't really need to. I think I have a scrap piece in here. Don't have a scrap, but I like that flower right there. Why don't we just cover it with that? Yeah. I'm going to tear it. We're going to cover this side. And I'm just putting a bunch of paper down. I'm not going to worry if I have some that I have to trim off or if I have some that I have to wrap around. Not going to worry about any of that. I just want it all covered with paper. So instead of stopping and measuring every 5 minutes, I'm just going to put it down. Now since I have that paper overlapping there, let's see, I do want a little bit at the bottom to fold up. And then I'm going to bring it down a little bit more. There we go. That should work. So what are you guys doing? Let me know. I read in the comments the other day, a lot of you, some of you have been sick. Some of you have had COVID. Oh my goodness. I hate to hear that. That stuff is a mess. I'll be glad when they find a total cure for all this stuff. I know there's some out there. Somewhere. It's, you know, if we can send a man to the moon, we can cure a common cold, can't we? Surely we can. That's what I've always said anyway. It's just, I think their priorities are in the wrong place. Alright, that will work. And then we can fold a little bit over. And this is going to be touchy because I don't want to fold it too far. And that's not wanting to grab because of this plastic, so we'll just do the best we can do. It'll work. So we're going to put some glue down here. Close this up. And a little bit of glue on the side. If I can hit the paper instead of my desk. Alright, I like that. I still think I might bring this down a little bit. Just a little curve on it. Let's see, do I have anything that I can use as a guide here? Probably not. Alright, we're just going to cut and hope for the best. I don't have anything to use for a guide, and no use of me trying to draw it out, so that'll work right there. Yeah, I like that. Now, I'm going to cover this with paper because when you open the flap, you're going to be able to see all of that, so and I'm going to cover that. I'm going to go ahead and put my fold back in here. Now, let's find some paper to cover this. And again, I'm trying to find scraps so that I don't have to cut into paper, but I don't know, I might have to cut into some paper anyway. Well, there's a pretty good sized piece. I'll be putting it on there sideways, but I don't care. I don't mind. Okay, I think I'm going to use that. Maybe, just maybe, I can trim it off after I put it on there. Now, I had people ask me again what this is. This is a bone folder. It's an ergonomic bone folder, I think is how you say that. It's not as rough on your hands to hold as this one is, which I still love this one. But sometimes my hand gets to cramping in here and I can't, you know, hold that one good and tight. And I love this one for smushing down things. It's nice and full and it just goes right in the palm of your hand. And we do still have those in the store. I think we just got in another shipment not too long ago. Now this little flap may not be completely straight, but you know what? We can put lace, trim, something on there that will solve that problem. So we're not going to worry about that, are we? Because you know I can't cut an oval or a circle. I just can't do it. Okay, now we just need to cover this with something. And let's look for a piece of scrap again. I need to look at that. I don't want to fold it yet, but I think I'm going to have to. So I need to look at what I'm going to put on there to see if it's going to go well with this part. I'm not crazy about that one. So I don't think I have any more that are going to be wide enough. That one would, but I don't want to cut into that little pot there. Let's see. Maybe a piece of this one. You see, I can't hold on to anything. Let's just put a piece of this one on there. And I am going to trim this one just because I don't want to waste a lot of this paper. And I want these flowers down on front, and I think it goes that way, I hope. Maybe. Maybe. So I have another oral surgery next Friday. It was going to be in the morning, but we had to change that because I don't have anybody here to drive me, and they have to put me to sleep to do these procedures. So, they had to change it to next Friday. So I will probably be out of commission maybe Friday and Saturday and Sunday, and I should be back well enough to do my videos on Monday, hopefully. I don't know. He said this one's a little bit more extensive, so I don't really know what it will entail, but hey, as long as it gets rid of my pain, I don't care. Cut the top of my head off as long as it gets rid of my pain. I just want to be pain-free for a little while. Well, you know, at my age, you hurt a little bit all over all the time. That's just because we didn't treat our bodies too well when we was young. But, you know, that kind of pain is just a little much. I told Alicia a little while ago, or Melina one, I don't know which, I talked to both of them a little while ago when they scheduled it, and I said, you know, I would let it go and postpone it and do whatever if I wasn't hurting so bad, but I said, you know that I'm not a wimp. I'm pretty tough, but when it comes to hurting constantly and just, you can't eat, you can't drink, I can't even drink water anymore without it just taking the top of my head off. I said, I've had 2 over 9-pound babies, broken bones, broken wrists, broken wrist, both my wrists have been broken fingers, all this kind of stuff, and I have never hurt as bad as I have with this, whatever this is. So, that, Melina said, well, that's saying a lot, because you normally don't even say anything about pain, or don't, you know, I don't complain, I don't try not to, because no use in me complaining. But this one has just thrown me for a loop. And you know, I can do without eating for a little while because I've got plenty of fat stored up like an old bear. But when it comes to not being able to drink, that's, you know, that's kind of dangerous. You're messing with your kidneys then when you can't drink. And plus, I have been on so much medicine, I need to be drinking to keep my system flushed. But I can just take 1 sip of water and it literally, if I don't have the pain pill in me when I take a sip of water, it literally just takes the top of my head off. The only way I can do this video right now is I have a pain pill in me. So, and I don't like taking those things either, but you know, you do what you gotta do. Alright, that is gonna be our little envelope. Now we're gonna stitch it in, and then we will close it up here and here, and then we'll make something to close our little flap up. So what that will be is storage for this journal. The person who purchased it can put all kinds of little embellishments and things in there in case they want to take it with them somewhere, work on it, and I will fill it with embellishments when I send it to her. Now, I have my signature. I think I have it all lined up like I want it, I believe. This is quite full already. But I do believe I've got it the way that I want it. I'm just going to double check and make sure all of my pages are the right way. So this one, it's not going to be, I mean, it's going to, I'll probably finish it tonight before if I don't start hurting real bad again. I'll finish it up and it'll be ready for Nicoline, I think that's her name. I think she lives in Canada, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, I can't remember. But then this one will be out the door, and I have one I'm starting on tomorrow, that the fall journal. So I'm anxious to let you guys see what kind of cover I'm putting on that one. So it's a different cover. I've never done one like that before. Alright, looks like I have all the pages the right way up. And then there is our piece that we made, that double pocket, double fold out. Well, it's really a quad pocket and double fold out. So I'm just going to try to even my pages up a little bit. Some of them are longer than others, and that's okay. And then this is going to stitch in up toward the front. So I'm going to clip it. Try to clip it pretty good so that it won't come loose. Where's my, there it is. I lost my paper clips. Right, so that one will stitch in up there. Like that. And then this will stitch in right back here. That should work. I'm going to bring this one down just a little bit more. Because I really want it to stitch about almost center of those flowers that I've got running down through there for that spine. Almost even with the flowers. So we're going to put it right there. I want it back just a little ways because the flowers are right in the center. So I'm going to put it back just a little ways. Alright, let me find my awl. And I'm not going to put this in my book binding tool, because I'm going to have to kind of watch where I'm putting the signature, just so that I'll have enough room for that other piece. So I'm just going to play this one by ear. Isn't that scary? I think right there will be good. So there's one, hopefully. And we're going to put the other one right there. And then the other one, let's see, there's the middle. I'm going to bring the other one. There's that one. About right there. Okay. Now it's good. Everything's going to look kind of whomper-jawed and out of whack right now until I get it stitched. Just don't worry. We'll get there. And I'm using my white wax thread because we got that white lace on there, but you're not going to be able to. I could have waited and put my lace on after I stitched it in, but I didn't. And it'll be fine. It'll all come out in the water. Let's see, that's the front. Yeah, right there. Alright. Goes up through there. And then I see the hole here. So I don't think you're going to be able to really see this white string. I've got a little kitty out there, somebody's kitty, that keeps setting off my camera. I have a security cameras at the beginning, at the door of the shop, and it keeps setting off my security camera like someone's at your door. And I look, and it's my kitty. It's not mine, but it's somebody's kitty. It's a cute little kitty. I don't know whose it is. Okay. Alright. Wow, I think we got that. Yeah, that looks pretty even. There we go. Oops. I'm bending that little tag all out of shape because I don't have any backing on it. So I'm going to take it out for now. I've got to back it with something. I just put them in there so I could take photos and show you guys what they look like when I made it. Okay, let's take these off and see if we can kind of straighten this thing out now. Alright, that looks pretty good. We've got room in the back for our pocket. So we're going to cut this off. And then I'm going to pull this good and tight, both directions. Hopefully. And I hope that I got it put in right. I think I do. I think I do. I'll leave my strings because I'll probably add some charms to this one. Yep. It is in correctly, I do believe. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Now we can stitch this little guy in the back here. And he needs very little room, so all we gotta do is line him up. I'm gonna open that back up for now. Just line him up in here, about in the middle, so that it'll get caught on all the strings. And I think I'm gonna paper clip him to the back of this, just so that he'll kind of stay in place until I get the stitches in. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So again, we're gonna just guesstimate the center. Yeah, this one's not hard to go through. And again, guesstimate. Well, we come out right at that other string. That's good. And guesstimate. Okay. Then we'll thread our needle back up again. Put this in, and then we'll glue that pocket together. Okay, where's the hole? Right there. Oh, that wasn't so hard. So hope this one goes in that easy. Yep. I'm sorry that I'm just flopping it around all in front of you, but sometimes I have to get it pretty close to me because I can't hold on to it well. That's why I like my book binding tool, my journal binding tool that I made. But when you've got hard spines like this, you can't really use that too well. It's just another thing that those big envelopes are good for. Cool. Yes, that went in good. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to glue this guy together. So all we need to do is put a little glue down the edge. Now you could, and we may do that, let me think about this a minute. If I put glue down the edge, I'm going to close part of my pocket up. So we could just add a little strip of paper of some kind down through there and glue it that way. What about if we do that? Let's just tear a little strip of this. And let me mark it this way. Then we'll put this down through there like that and fold it over, and we'll have that whole pocket then. We won't lose any of our pocket because you know that glue spreads out when you fold it, when you press on it, so it spreads out and you lose part of your pocket, and we don't want to lose it. If I'd have thought about it in time, I could have used this part of that paper to do, but you know, like I said, I'm working on the fly here. Not working on a fly, but working on the fly. Flying by the seat of my pants. Alright, I'm going to cut around this just a little bit so that it won't go over that. And it looks like I folded really crooked, so let's just try this again. Okay, let's glue that down just like that. I'm just going to put a little ink up here and a little ink on the edge, since the other part of the envelope is inked up. And I'm just going to glue this front part down first. Okay. Then we'll flip it over. Put our glue down through there. There we go. Now we have that full pocket, see? You didn't lose any. And now we just need to close the bottom up. Now on the bottom I can use just the glue because I've got plenty of room there. You could wrap something around the bottom too if you want, but I got enough going on there. You know what? I should have cut that string off, but I didn't. So we'll cut it off now. No problem. There we go. Alright, now let's figure out how we want to close this. So what do you guys think? I'm thinking a couple of buttons, maybe? Let me look at the different buttons I have and see what we can come up with. I think I'm going to go with this green one and yellow one. I think that green one will go good there. And they're pretty flat. And I should be able to put the yellow one there. I should have stitched this before I closed it up, but I didn't. So, oh, make sure you stitch yours in before you close it up. I think I can still get my needle through there. I don't know. That's the problem. I have changed my mind. It's a little bit hard trying to stitch that button down here on, so we're just going to go with some little round disc. We'll do that. It'll make the same difference, but I can glue those on or put them on with a brad. We can put them on with a brad. Let's try that. So let me find some brown cardstock. Okay, we can use this and just ink it up. Yeah, you got to think about all these things ahead of time. And Edith's brain's not working good right now, so let me get these prepared, and then we will put all this together. I had my little discs made, and all I did was punched 3 circles and glued them together and then inked them. And then I'm going to try to punch a hole in the center. Who knows if I'll get it in the center or not. Well, I don't know. That don't look too centered. Okay. Then I'm going to choose a couple of brads. I don't need any real big ones, I don't think. So I think I'm just going to go with these little gold ones here. A couple of gold ones. Maybe those will be long enough and work. So we'll put this one on first. I'm going to have to turn my book sideways to get to this. And I'm just going to find the center on this. You don't have to go to this much trouble, but it is okay by me since it's not my journal and I'm making it for someone else. I want to get it pretty well, as close as I can. If it was mine, I'd just slap it on there, but it's not. Okay, now let's go right down here. I think those will be right. I'm gonna lay them up here and then look at them and see what we got. Here I go, flipping the journal back around again. I'm sorry guys, it's just the way I'm having to do right now. This is also something you could have done before you glued all this together. So put that in there. Alright. Well, that'll work. Like I said, it's not 100%, but it's close. Closeness counts in what? Horseshoes, maybe? I think only horseshoes. Alright, let's see. Make sure that we get this one somewhat under it. And I'm going to make a little hole there with my pencil, hopefully. Yep, there we go. And then we'll just see if I can get this, the little prongs opened up with my hand. There we go. I'll probably cover that with a little circle or something just to keep it from catching on anything. But there we go, and then we just need to put some thread around it. So what thread would we use? How about just some of this hemp? Now the first time you start to put your thread under your little disc like this, it's going to be really tight, but once you put it under there and tie it down, your little disc is going to lift up just a little bit, just enough to make it easy to do. Now I've got that little kitty staring in the window at me. Alright, and then we're just going to bring it around this one. Come on, you can do it. So, like that. And then I'm just going to leave a little tail on it. So there is the closure on that. I like that. Now, I don't think this needs anything down here. And this is our book weight. It's an acrylic book weight. And it holds, somebody asked me to show, it holds that down real well. And that's a pretty thick paper there and lots of pages. But it's a, you know, it's an E. It's got butterflies on either end. We do have those in stock too. Don't think I'm going to put anything down here except maybe a little bit of washi there. And the only reason I'm doing that is because this side right here is kind of plain. So I thought I might grab a little of this washi and just run it down the edge there. And I am going to cut it, I think, in half. Alright. This has just got writing on it. It's like an old letter washi. There we go. And then up here, now I might put this piece across. I don't care that the letters, I mean that the words are going sideways. That doesn't bother me. And then I'll put a little label up there. Let's see. Alright. Then we'll put just a little label right there and we'll be finished with this. And I love it. You can put all sorts of goodies in there, can't you? Let's use that one. That's it's got a little bit of brown, a little bit of green, so I think it'll go good with that. Put it down there. I'll hold it up and see if I've got it somewhat straight. Looks like I do. So I think that's all I'll do to that, and I'm going to fill it up with little embellishments and all kinds of goodies for her. All I need to do now is just insert some of my pockets that I already have made for this journal, and then tags that I already have made for this journal. So I'll be able to finish this one probably tonight or in the morning. And there I need to put backings on those tags, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that one and the other one out. This is that piece that we made. We made this on a video. Just look a few videos back and you'll see it. It's got pockets here, pocket here, pocket here, pocket here. And then of course you can do journaling here and here, and then that folds up and you've got pocket here and pocket here. I like that. I like that one a lot. And we'll put our little pockets and tags in here. This one, we've got a pocket here, we've got a pocket here, and here and here. This is the little journal that I made from an old file folder. And if I can remember, I will try to link the video where we made this journal below. I may forget, and if I do, just give me a nudge. Don't yell at me, just give me a little nudge and I'll put it down there. So I'll finish this one up tomorrow. I'll do, if you guys want me to, I'll do a little flip through when I get finished with it. Flip throughs are not real popular. Most people don't like them. But if you like them and you want to see a flip through, I'll be glad to do that when I finish it up. Just let me know. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you will give this a try. I think it's fun and easy, and you can use it in all sorts of ways. We will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Bye-bye.